Hello everyone, welcome to the Fantasy Art and Creature Design class. Just to clarify, in the fall of 2020, the course is Fantasy Art, and then after the Christmas break, it switches to Creature Design. A lot of the topics that are done throughout the year are fairly similar, and some of them will carry over into the spring semester, but for the most part, this is my advanced drawing class. You have to have permission to be in this class. This class is a little bit different from the other classes in that it is considerably more independent. You will get to watch a few videos, demonstrations, and some of the talks at the very beginning of the year, but throughout most of the rest of the year, you will be given plates to work from, and the work is definitely up to you to choose your own direction of how you want to pursue it. The main concern for me is that you are just following the elements of drawing, shading, and design. So having said that, this class, grading is based on a rubric, and the quality of the work does matter. And I will touch on the attendance policy and the grading policy in a little bit. But for right now, I just want to quickly do a rundown of what we will be doing in class for the most part this fall semester, semester 2020 for the fantasy art portion of it. So to begin, at the beginning of the year, we'll start with this, the going over the syllabus. I posted a listing of the supplies. You need to make sure that you get all your supplies in. Remember that you need colored pencils and you have to draw on toned paper, and the size should be 12 by 9 inches. Hopefully, if things get better, we'll be able to have a show once again at the Millicent Rogers Museum, and that is the criteria we have to meet for that exhibition. So make sure you get your supplies ordered. On Tuesday, August 25th will be the first day that we will watch a couple of videos, and you will start with a drawing activity in class that day. And then we'll have a whole bunch of drawings for you guys to do throughout the rest of the semester. We will then begin after the first week, which is talking about the detritus and what exactly is drawing and how can you explain each and all of the elements of drawing to somebody else and have that understanding yourself. That's what we will begin with on August 25th, that Tuesday. The following week, we will then do a series of gesture drawings, complex gesture drawings, where you're going to really be focusing on your placement of the images on a page, how well they're shaded, and all the finishing and so forth. After the couple weeks of the gesture drawings and working with multiple figure composition, we will then spend a little bit of time working on shading. It's really important for this class that you have a kind of a mastery of shading, and we will talk about that at greater length, and there'll be some videos and some shading activities that you'll be doing at that point. After that, we will do kind of a fun activity, human hand portraits, where you'll be drawing your own hand and we will be adding portraits to the fingertips. Then we'll do a week or two of drawing the human head and adding horns to those. Some of that I will give you the ideas, but you'll have to come up with your own composition in the end. And that will get us pretty close to the end of the 9 weeks, the first quarter. And we probably actually will stop that quarter just a little bit earlier so that we can move on to what we'll be doing in quarter number 2, which I have called Tales of the Imagination. That's the theme that we've done the last few years, and you will be doing this year. We will begin that with illustrations from The Wind in the Willows. And there's some fun little illustrations, and you'll be trying to reproduce those in your own way. And that's one of the things that's really important in this class is now you're moving up from learning how to draw to actually trying to create art. So I want you to really think about the compositions that are on a page, how well they're finished. Even your signature is going to matter. So you have to put a lot of effort into it. Really take care of your paper, take care of your drawings, learning to be as professional as possible. And having said that, now let's quickly go on to the syllabus portion of it. A lot of the syllabus we won't go over today. We'll wait to see when we get back to class, because a big chunk of the syllabus is classroom etiquette and how all the different activities are related in the classroom environment. So, but I do want to touch on today the attendance policy and the grading policy. Attendance policy right now, just so you know, we're still trying to work out how we're going to do this in my classes. I currently have 25 classes in Power School. It's not possible to do live conferencing in my classes. So we're trying to come up with a way in which you will have to come into each of the classes and sign on in the first 10 minutes of each class. Otherwise, you will be marked absent. It looks like that's probably going to happen through Canvas in discussions. And once we get the details of that worked out, I will pass that on to you. Just be patient. Please note that that's going to be somewhat experimental in the beginning stages, and we'll have to see how that's going to work. Hopefully that looks like a good solution for us for attendance. And hopefully next week we'll be able to start with that. So just keep an eye, keep looking through that for the attendance policy in the announcements, and we'll see how that works. Hopefully it will. So right now, not the first couple of days, I won't be doing attendance, but once we get that organized, attendance definitely will happen, and it does, and it will matter for the school and for the class. The grading policy. So unlike my other classes, the grading policy is very different in the advanced class. You will be given a rubric that has to be turned in with every assignment. So with each assignment you do throughout the year, you're going to fill in your score of how well you felt you addressed each of those elements. And they are scored on a scale of 1 to 5. And then next to it, I will have the teacher score. In the end, your grade is based on my score. But I want you to start to learn how to self-evaluate how well you think you did in your drawings. And even I have drawings or paintings and so forth that I feel are better than others. And I want to start to recognize, and I want you to start to recognize what makes the difference and how can that be fixed so that you can move forward and progress. So you will be graded using a rubric. It's very important in this class that you do every assignment, because if you don't do an assignment, it basically gives you a 0, so you lose all 25 points. I will, at the end of the quarter, create a situation where if you have done all of your assignments, you will get 1 extra credit assignment that can make up for some of the points that you may or may not lose throughout the first quarter, so that you all still have a chance to be very successful in the class. But you have to do all the assignments in order to be able to do the extra credit assignment to get you a few extra points. So that's the grading policy. The rubric will be posted in the assignments once all the assignments start being placed in Canvas. So in the meantime, make sure you keep checking your announcements regularly. Make sure you check the assignments regularly, and throughout the course, they will be updated. And you have to make sure you submit your work directly through Canvas. If you send it to me in any other capacity, Canvas is not going to recognize it, and it will definitely affect your grade. So that covers more or less the attendance policy. We'll be working on that next week. Grading policy, you'll be using a rubric for your grade. The activities that will be happening throughout the year, you can find the syllabus and the materials list embedded into the very first announcement you received, as well as on the page for the syllabus. You can access it all and it's in there as a printable PDF, so you can print it out. Make sure you get your materials in by next week, and if you can, make sure you don't forget to get some colored pencils for this class, because that's really helpful for doing, especially the illustrations that we'll be doing for Wind in the Willows. You might want to start working in color. And in terms of corresponding and contacting with me, since we are not in a live class at this point, please use Canvas Inbox. It's a fantastic way to get in touch with me. It's very much like messaging on your phone, and I can check through Canvas Inbox throughout the day. I am diligent about checking it, but sometimes I'm in the middle of filming a video with somebody or talking on the phone with somebody or various other activities that are school related, and I may not be able to get back with you immediately, but I will check through those and get back to you just as soon as I am able. I'm pretty good with that. So if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact me as often as you like, and I'll make every effort to get back with you. So that sums up what's going to be happening for Fantasy Art for the fall of 2020. And if you have any questions, please contact me through Canvas Inbox. I look forward to seeing all your fantastic work this fall. Thank you.